This is a quick tutorial to show you how to add a shadow effect to the bottom of the shoes. So to do that, you're going to click on your already cut out photo and go to Edit Photo. This will launch PhotoPea. First thing you're going to do is you're going to create a new layer, and you're going to move this layer underneath the background layer. And what I like to do is fill it with white. That way you can actually see the effects you're doing. So if you don't have the paint bucket, most likely it's a gradient tool. So you'll just hold down and choose paint bucket. And so once you have that layer, I like to lock both the background and layer one. That way you don't accidentally do something on these layers. Then I'm going to create another layer. So I have layer 2 that's in between the two. And I'm going to come down here. And now I'm going to grab my brush tool. So you're going to click up here. You can also click B for brush. And then I just stick to full hardness. Some people say to use this soft brush, but I'm going to show you how to do it a little differently that I find just to be a lot smoother. So you're going to use your brush tool, and then you can increase your size here. Another way to increase your size is on your keyboard, you'll have the brackets. So if you click the left bracket, it goes smaller, right bracket goes bigger. And so I'm just going to brush right here, and I'm going to do it in black. So I'm going to do black, layer 2, brush right here. There we go. Created my little graphic. Next thing I'm going to do is come over here to the search option. I'm going to search Gaussian blur. This will then blur out what I just brushed. So the more you blur out, the further softness it goes on the outer edges, and so the less the radius, the more black you have. So let's say I want to be right around, I like that part because I want a little bit of black but not too much. Let's go right about there and then hit OK. And the next thing I do is I switch over to free transform. This will now allow me to adjust the sizing and adjust placement. So then I can readjust this exactly where I want it. And if this is moving all in one, it's linked. So like now if I resize, it resizes proportionally. So I normally like to unlink that. That way I can adjust it exactly how I want. And so there we go. So let's say I am happy with that. Just hit enter and done. And so now I'm going to move over to this side. And instead of using the same layer, I always like to create a new layer and do them separately. So let's say I'm going to go right here. We'll do that. Same steps. So go to Gaussian blur. Generally, I would recommend whatever number you do on one to keep it the same. So I forgot to mark that down. I think that looks about right. So we're going to hit OK. And then I'm going to go back to transform. That way I can easily adjust sizing and placement of the new one. Hit enter, and there we go. Of course, if you want that to be a little more blurred because there's more visibility, you can always do the Gaussian blur again, and it'll just apply more of that blur. So maybe like a little bit softer right around there, I think. And then once you're happy with that, before you hit save, you're going to have to delete this white layer. So I'm going to delete that layer. So that way I have my background layer, my two shadows. I'll go to File, Save, PNG, and this will replace your photo in Walsworth with the new one. If you want to export this onto your computer, of course you can go File, Export As, and then export as a PNG. And there we go. There is the new photo with your shadows. Let me know if you have any questions. Hope this helps.